How to stop being a people pleaser. How to stop being a people pleaser. Okay, that is what you are going to learn in this video. And I was a people pleaser for about 28 years of my life. So if I can overcome people pleasing, so can you. So can you. It's not going to happen overnight. It is not going to happen overnight. It did not happen overnight for me. And that is okay. Every bit of progress that you make along the way counts and matters. And I need you to remember that when you feel like you should get rid of your people pleasing personality overnight. That is not how change works. And that is okay. It can happen very quickly once you've made the decision that you are no longer going to be a people pleaser, which is exactly the decision I made after going through a very painful 5-year breakup of a 5-year relationship back in August of 2024. After that relationship, I realized that the reason why I got into that relationship was because I was a people pleaser and I never spoke my mind. I never allowed myself to be authentically who I was because I was scared to be rejected. I wanted to be liked. I was a people pleaser. So I stayed in a 5-year relationship, and I don't believe my partner ever truly fully knew who I was because I didn't allow myself to show up who I truly fully was. After that experience, I realized I'm going to continue to attract these relationships and continue to have to go through very painful breakups unless I overcome my people pleasing tendencies and I allow myself to show up completely authentically myself, allow myself to speak my truth, even if that means this person may reject me or judge me or abandon me, which is absolutely terrifying, but is the only way that I'm going to attract a man that is truly right for me. And so I may have to face several rejections until I find that partner who loves me for me. And that I was finally okay with that because I was no longer willing to put up with such painful breakups of relationships that I knew from the get go were not in alignment with my authentic self because I was stuck in people pleasing mode. Okay. So I have some notes that I wrote down, and there are 6 tips that I want to go over today for how to stop being a people pleaser, all of which I did that have completely changed my life, and they will change yours too. Number one is understanding understand, accept, and embrace your shadow side. And if you've never heard of a shadow side, it's essentially the parts of our personality that we deem as bad or negative or shameful, such as laziness, jealousy, greed, selfish, insecure, fearful, anxious, vain. All of those are things that society has deemed as bad and negative. And so we all, as human beings, we all have these good and bad parts of us, just at different levels. And part of overcoming people pleasing is learning how to fully embrace and accept yourself, all the beautiful and the not so beautiful parts of ourselves, all the good and bad parts of ourselves. And so for me, once I fully accepted that, hey, I can be very selfish. I can be very jealous of other girls. I can be lazy. I can feel insecure. I can be judgmental. I can be vain. And I stopped judging these things as bad. I was like, yeah, I can be those things. And it's just part of the human experience. We all can be that way, and it's okay. We learn, there are parts of us that we know if we embrace, it's going to cause us more pain, but I don't have shame in the fact that I can absolutely look at another woman and totally feel jealous. All that tells me is, okay, she has something that I want for myself. I can be lazy, sometimes I just don't want to do anything. And we all have that, and that's okay. Sometimes I can be insecure. Sometimes I can be vain. Sometimes I can be superficial. Sometimes I just want to look hot and just look a certain way. And it wasn't until I really just okay, on the flip side, I'm also super generous and kind and empathetic and giving, and I also can be very disciplined. thoughtful, so many great qualities too. But again, it wasn't until I saw the full picture of, okay, I don't just have good qualities. I also have these not so attractive qualities, but I released the guilt and shame of that and said, hey, this is me. I love me for me. And again, if there are parts of me that not that I don't love or that I think are bad, but if I really dig into the envious side of me, that's just gonna hurt me. So those sides of me that I know if I embrace them, it's gonna hurt me. For me, it's like, okay, it's not a bad thing. I just know if I go there, I don't like the consequences of what happens. And so what I'm gonna do is work with my shadow side and let her know that I see her, but I'm not gonna feed into her. I'm not gonna feed into her, right? I can be lazy, but I'm not going to feed into the lazy side of me. I don't think it's bad that I'm lazy. I don't feel guilty or shameful that I have a lazy side. It is what it is. So it wasn't until I learned to embrace and accept all parts of me while understanding, okay, but I'm going to nurture the sides of me that bring me the life that I want, and I'm going to acknowledge the shadow sides of me, but I'm not going to feed into those sides, right? So an example of not feeding into this shadow side is like, let's say I see a girl who she's just gorgeous, and like my jealous side goes, oh my gosh, I feel the envy, I feel jealous of her. Instead of digging into that jealous feeling, I will redirect it to, okay, I totally understand why you feel jealous. She has qualities that you think are attractive and that you want for yourself. So I bring it back to me of like, okay, do I need to work on myself in a way where, like, let's say, I know I'm very fit, but let's say I was overweight and I see this woman and she has a phenomenal body. Instead of digging my heels into that jealousy, I would then redirect it to, okay, I see her fit body and I feel jealous. Is there something that I can do that's within my power so that I can get the body of my dreams, so that I can have a body where I feel really good in? So I'm redirecting that energy into something where it's like, okay, what can I do about it? Can I turn it into something positive and productive for myself? So it's not that I'm saying, "Oh, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of her." I'm not denying it. I'm like, "Yeah, I feel jealous of her. She's hot." I'm embracing it. I'm loving that side of it. But then I'm like, "Okay, what can I do about it? How can I create that for myself?" Right? So number one is just understanding, accepting, embracing your shadow side, which we all have. Girl, it's okay. It's okay. We all have a shadow side. I definitely do. And I love her. I love her. I love all parts of me. And so the more I've been able to embrace that and really fully accept me, it has helped me not look for validation from other people. And I have been able to so much more easily let go of other people's opinions, what they think of me, what they say of me, whether they reject me, because if they reject me, that's cool. I don't reject me. I love me and accept all parts of me. And so accepting your shadow side is key to not caring what other people think, and in turn overcoming being a people pleaser. Number two is creating a deep, intimate relationship with yourself, just like you would with your significant other. So, when you're on a date, you ask your partner the questions that you want to know about them to get to know them better. Just like you would do that to get to know your partner better, ask yourself those questions. Get a journal. Girl, we love journals. Get a journal, okay? Ask yourself the questions you would want to know about your partner so you can get to know you. Because the more that you know somebody, the more that you feel like you have a relationship and connection with them. And that is how you develop a loving bond with someone. And if you want to develop a loving bond with yourself, you have to do the same thing. What are the questions you would ask your partner? Ask yourself that. Get to know yourself. Develop that deep connection and relationship with yourself. Like, maybe you ask your partner, what are your deepest desires and passions? What lights you up? Girl, have you asked yourself that question? Do you know what lights you up? Start asking yourself the questions you would ask a partner, and you are going to develop such a deep, strong connection and bond with yourself. Take yourself out on dates, just like you would go on dates with your significant other. Take yourself out on dates and show yourself that you can be a great time with yourself. Take yourself out to all the places that you want to go and have fun. How do you have fun? What stops us from having fun on solo dates is we're in our head of like, what are people thinking? Oh my gosh, this is weird. So, what is helpful is when you're on a solo date to redirect your attention from how am I looking to other people to what's in my scenery? What is around me? Oh my God, look at that couple. They look so happy. Wow. Look at the walls. Look at how they decorated this place. Just start noticing your environment. Get out of your own head of, well, how am I looking to let me experience this date. Let me experience this food. Let me experience the ambiance. Let me experience the people around me. Really tap into the experience, the sensual side, which just means the the feelings, how you feel, how things taste, touch, smell, what you see, how things feel, the texture. Really get into your environment. And that is how you're going to have the best time on solo dates. But start taking yourself out on dates to create that deep connection and intimate relationship with yourself. Number 3, just like you would give your significant other compliments, give yourself compliments. Look in the mirror. Girl, I do this every day. Look in the mirror, and it's going to feel weird at first, I know. But it'll feel more normal over time. Look in the mirror, and I really want you to ask yourself, what do I love about myself? What do I love about myself? You may have never asked yourself that question. You may always be thinking, what can I fix? What do I not like? Where do I need to lose weight? How do I need to change this? Okay, what do you love about yourself? Just like you notice with your significant other, I love that he is like this or does this. What do you love about yourself? And look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself those compliments, just like you do your significant other. That is how you're also going to deepen that relationship with yourself. It's going to be magical. It is magical. My relationship with myself is so beautiful, and I want every woman to create that for herself, because for the majority of my life I had such a toxic relationship with myself. And it wasn't until I started asking myself these questions and taking myself out on dates and getting to know myself, I realized, wow, there's so much about me to love, and there's so much about you to love. There is, but you have to first ask yourself that question, what do I love about myself? And the answers will come. Maybe not immediately, but keep asking yourself that question, the answers will come. Buy yourself gifts. Just like you would for your friend. Or maybe you surprise your partner with a massage. Surprise you with a massage, girl. Surprise you with a massage, and you're gonna go, wow, I treat myself so well. Oh my God, I love myself. Buy yourself gifts. Treat yourself. Whatever you would do for a partner, you do that for yourself, because you are your best partner. You are your best partner. A lot of us women, we love acts of service, where we love receiving an act of service where a man does something for us. How can you do acts of service for yourself? How can you do acts of service for yourself? Would you leave your man a cute little note? I hope you have an amazing day at work today, on his lunch. Do that for yourself. Give yourself acts of service that you would love to receive from somebody else. Okay? Draw yourself a bath. Whatever it may be, do acts of service for yourself. Ooh, I love this one. Okay. If you couldn't tell, we're doing a lot of the love languages. What is a huge love language? Physical touch. Physical touch. I do not mean this in a weird way. Okay? I do not mean this in a weird way. Physically touch yourself in loving, feel good ways. Now, this can encompass, however, something I love doing is literally just hugging myself. Like, I will hug myself like this because I love hugs. I'm like, I love hugs so much, and this just makes me feel so good. and so loved and so seen. Like this right here, oh my God, it just makes me feel so safe. So safe. Something I also used to love is me and my cousin. We used to, girl cousin. I don't know if that makes it less weird, but we would give each other like these kind of like light touch massages because it just feels good when you just like run your fingers up on yourself like this. I don't know. This sounds like it's going to weird places. I'm not trying to make it weird. And you know how guys also love when you like scratch them with your nails, right? I think that feels so good, like that. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah. You can do that for yourself, where you just like physically, you give yourself little physical touches in ways that you like from other people that feel good for you. You give yourself hugs. Your relationship with yourself is the most important. And when you do these little, oh my God, that feels so good. When you do these little things, I have like the goosebumps. These little acts of service for yourself, physically touching yourself in all different ways, okay? You develop and deepen that relationship with yourself. And it becomes such a beautiful thing where, again, you are so in love with your relationship with yourself that you don't need that from the external world. If you get it, great, cherry on top, but you don't need it. You don't need it. And you're not scared of people leaving you because you've got you, because you have developed such a beautiful relationship with you. Juicy, juicy relationship. Okay. Number 3, how to stop being a people pleaser. When you are not sure what to do, what to say, so maybe somebody asked you a question and you don't know how to respond, what I want you to do is I want you to tune into your body and ask your body, okay, body, what feels good for you? Because your body and your intuition always knows what is right for you. If it feels good, if it feels light, if it just feels right, that is your body saying yes. But if it feels anxiety inducing, if it feels heavy, then the answer is no. So, like, let's say a friend asks you to go to dinner tonight, you're a people pleaser, and you're not sure whether you want to go or not. But your immediate instinct usually is just to say yes because you overextend yourself. You say yes to everything, right? I want you to take a pause and tune in and ask your body, what feels right for you? What feels light for you? Which decision feels good for you? And your body will tell you. Your body will tell you what feels good for it. And perhaps it feels like a heaviness. It feels like just it doesn't feel good for you. You know that in that moment, your body is telling you, no, I don't want to go. So when you don't know what to do, what to say, how to act, ask your body which decision, which way feels good and light and right for me. Because a lot of times, as people pleasers, we look to other people to guide us, and it often ends up just draining us. So when you don't know what decision to make in whatever situation you are, I want you to start tuning into your body and how things feel. So I want you to get out of your head because the mind will rationalize everything. Okay, but you should, this person did this for you, and you know, this, they're gonna be your bridesmaid at your wedding, so you need to. I want you to take the words out by getting out of your head and getting into your body and just asking your body what feels light and good for you. That is going to be your answer. That is going to be your answer and your guidance as to what you should say and what you should do. Number 4, create more joy and fun in your life. Why this is going to help you stop being a people pleaser is because when your life is filled with joy and fun, and you feel pressured to say yes to someone or something that you know you don't want to do, when you have such a joyful and fun life and it's such a positive life, you are going to have a much easier time saying no to people and things that interfere with the joy in your life because you don't want to ruin it. But if you don't have a lot of joy or fun in your life and you kind of feel your life feels blah, maybe you're depressed. If somebody asks you to do something that you don't want to do and you already struggle to set boundaries, you're thinking, well, it's not like I have anything else to do. You know, my life is already kind of sucked, so why not? And so you're just feeding into the cycle. So when you create more joy and fun into your life, it becomes a lot easier. You have a lot more motivation to say no, to set boundaries, even when it's hard, because that is so rewarding to you. That joy and fun in your life is so rewarding to you that it's going to be so easy for you to say, absolutely not. Like, let's say you have a trip to Disneyland and your boss asks you to work an extra day, unpaid extra day because he really needs help, right? You're going to Disneyland. You're like, no, no, I am not working unpaid. But let's say you don't have anything planned that day. You have nothing fun to look forward to, and your boss asks you, and your guilt consciousness is coming up of, oh, he needs help. I feel bad because you don't have anything fun or joyful in your life to motivate you to say no. You're like, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just gonna like stay on the couch, so why not? So the more joy and fun that you create in your life, it's going to be so much easier for you to set boundaries with people who bring you down, with situations that bring you down and just are not in alignment with what you want. Something that I've done to implement more joy and fun in my life has been doing heels dance classes. I did not know how much I love heels dance classes. Okay. My first one, I was like, I can't even dance and I can't wear heels. Why do I think I can dance in heels? I don't know. But at this point in my life, I wanted to try things that scared me. And I said, that definitely scares me. So I did it. In the first one, I was addicted, not because I was good, but because I felt so sexy and empowered. I have never felt like the sexy side of me. I've never felt like that before. It was incredible. It was incredible. So after that first class, I was hooked. And now I sign up for every heels dance class that is possibly available. So I'll do 3 to 4 classes a week. And it is so easy for me to say no to people and things that I didn't even want to say yes to in the first place. Unless I really, really want to see that person, then I'll say, okay, I'll skip my dance class for you because I actually want to see you. But if I already didn't want to, it's so much easier for me to set boundaries because I'm like, girl, I got my dance class. Like, ain't nothing gonna stop me from going to that dance class. So if you don't have any hobbies right now, ask yourself, okay, what can I try? What have I always wanted to try that could potentially bring me more joy and fun into my life? You don't know, you try, and yes, it's scary, but you're gonna step out of your comfort zone and you're gonna do it because it's the only way you're gonna overcome people pleasing is by doing things outside of your comfort zone. And I believe in you. I believe in you and you've got this. You've got this, okay? Number 5, you're going to practice saying no when you want to say no without explaining yourself. Understanding that you are going to feel absolutely terrified when you do this. Absolutely terrified. And that is okay. Your voice is going to shake, and that is okay. Your palms are going to sweat, and that is okay. That is okay. You're going to practice saying no and making no a full sentence, full and complete sentence. Hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? No. And you can say it with a smile. You don't have to say it in a mean or rude way. A lot of people are scared that no is going to come off rude or mean. It only comes off rude or mean if you say no. If you say it with attitude, which if you're here and you're watching a people pleasing video, you wouldn't even do that in the first place, okay? You can say everything. It's all about your energy. It's all about how it's your energy. I say no all the time. I'm like, no. And people are like, okay, I respect that. You told me how you feel. But I said it with a smile and my energy said, hey, it's just no. I just no. You are allowed to just say no. Or if that feels really harsh, no, thank you. No, thank you. Don't explain yourself. You do not need to explain yourself. When you explain yourself, you are indulging the guilt consciousness that you feel. And that is what we're getting rid of. You're a people pleaser because you feel guilty for being authentically you. No more. No more. You're letting go of the guilt. So you either say no or no thank you with a big smile on your face because you're honoring yourself and you're also being honest with this person and they are going to appreciate that. They're going to appreciate that. And if they don't, then that's okay. That's just not the right person for you. And again, you may feel that twinge of pain when that person takes your no the wrong way, if they do, which they most likely won't. But that's how you know they're not your person. That's how you know they're not your person. And number 6, last but not least, understand that people will judge you from their own level of consciousness. It is never personal. It's never personal, okay? when this happens, allow yourself to feel the pain of that judgment and rejection. But you're going to remind yourself that you will always be here for you. You are always there for you. You've got your back. And it is not a reflection of you, it is a reflection of them. It is not a reflection of you, it is a reflection of them. An experience that I often feel is when, so I often wear sports bra, shorts, because I'm like always coming to and from the gym. And whenever I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts, and like my makeup's done and I'm wearing like very flashy jewelry and I walk in somewhere, I immediately feel that this underlying judgment that people think that I am full of myself. And I don't take it personally. If they don't like me because they think I'm full of myself, that's more than okay because I know me and I know that I know my heart. And then when I talk to them, they're like, oh, she's awesome. And then they like, their energy lines up. And I'm like, I just know that how people judge me is a reflection of their own consciousness. When I meet a woman, and there's generally two different experiences. One is like the woman who thinks I'm full of myself, and that's a reflection of her, and that she doesn't feel confident in who she is. And then number two, I would say I get this more is the woman who is confident in herself, and because she's confident in herself, she doesn't see me and think I'm full of myself. She's like, "Girl, I love your style," or she's like, "Wow, you're so fit," or "You look great," or this or that. Right? So there's two, and it's always a reflection of your own consciousness. So I know generally if I have a girl who immediately her energy is like closed off when she sees me, and I feel like her energy, because I'm very empathetic, I can feel people's energy, so I can feel that she thinks I'm full of myself. That right there tells me she's not secure in herself. But again, when we start talking and I show her my heart, she's fine, right? But the second woman is like, she hasn't talked to me. She's just seen me, and she's like, when I walk by or when I go up to talk to her, like let's say it's the cashier or whatever, she's like, "Girl, you look amazing. Wow, you look awesome. You look this. You," or like she's just giving me compliments. She's really friendly. I immediately know, oh, this is a woman who's very secure within herself. Like she's very secure. Um, so again, just understand like people are always going to judge you from their own level of consciousness. It's never a reflection of you, it's just a reflection of them. So part of people pleasing is letting go of people's judgments and understanding that they're going to judge you from their own level of consciousness, and that's more than okay. It's more than okay. It's not a reflection of you as a person. The only thing you need to do is validate yourself. That is the only thing that is your only job. You're not responsible for other people's emotions. You are only responsible for your emotions. You are only responsible for your emotions. I'm only responsible for my emotions. I do not take responsibility for other people's emotions. Okay, I let them figure their own stuff out. I've learned that I will not take responsibility for other people's emotions. I let them handle their stuff. And if I'm triggered, because let's say I'm insecure about something, I'm like, okay, I need to handle my own emotions. What do I need to work on here? What is this reflecting? What is this reflecting of me, of my own insecurities? And I'm going to work on that. I will work on that. Okay. So those are my 6 tips on how to stop being a people pleaser and learn to love yourself and to stop caring what other people think, because all of these are essentially saying the same thing in different words. Being a people pleaser is caring about what other people think and not loving yourself enough, because when you love yourself so much, you don't need other people to validate you. If they do, great. If they don't, great, because you love you and you got you and you hype you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't think I introduced myself in the beginning, but my name is Vivian. I am a feminine energy, inner work, and nutrition and fitness coach. We do it all here. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.